Well, that's what they said. But did you believe that anyway?
I don't believe it because it talks about intestinal fortitude.
Well, I've got my popcorn. Look at this. I got my popcorn. I got everything. I'm ready. Welcome to the Etowah County High School football show. I'm just here for the candy. What's up?
What's going on, man?
What are you doing, buddy?
I'm just celebrating all things that is Etowah County High School football, and I wish we were celebrating what Etowah County football should be, right?
What's that?
Well, it should be excellence, right? It should be, we'll get into all that. We'll get into it.
What's up, everybody?
Thanks, everyone, for jumping on. And, again, your comments are always welcome. We appreciate
let's do that. Let's do the survey real quick.
Oh, yeah, you put that out yesterday. Go ahead and do that.
And then we'll get into your games. You're going to break down some records. And
first I'm going to talk about kind of how everyone finished the season, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go Gaston, West End, Glencoe, Westbrook, Etowah, Sardis, Gadsden City, Southside, Hokes Bluff. Okay. Then we're going to finish with Coosa.
Gotcha.
And we had 3 teams that, as of this moment, are in the playoffs.
So
what's up, Mackie?
In your opinion,
yeah,
is there corruption in the Alabama High School Athletic Association? 212 people said yes, 49 said no. But to be fair, I will say this about some of the comments. Some people voted yes, and they said it counted theirs as no. So
hopefully we'll see that in today's election.
Could be the calibration. Sorry.
What's up, Mr. Franklin?
What's up, guys?
The calibration. So if you're going to vote today and you see a little bitty dot in the Carmela section,
okay,
call somebody over.
Really?
I posted it. I saw an article about it and I read it.
What is it? What does that mean?
That you're going to get screwed.
So is there a way that you go back and check your vote?
You have to do it. I don't know. You have to do it right there before you vote. If you see a little dot in the screen, hopefully it's not going to happen because you know what? I believe in the validity of Etowah County. I believe in Scott Hassel. I believe in Cassandra.
Double check.
I think that our people here in Etowah County, I think we're in good hands. Very few people I trust more. What up, Kevin Moore? Not you, Kevin Moore. Very few people I trust more.
You said trust, and Kevin pops right on.
Than Scott Hassel, to be fair.
Oh, what
I appreciate it.
What a great guy. All right, let's get into it.
Hey,
man.
Daddy Harper's watching.
What's up, Dan? The Mills are on. The East family.
What? I know you ain't cutting grass, man. It's wet. It's too wet today.
Oh.
So let's jump into it again. Thank you to our sponsors. Appreciate you guys so much. Joey Jones Construction. Mm-hmm. What a great dude Joey Jones is. Etowah County Sheriff Department tip line. Go download that app. Great app, by the way. It's pretty fun to jump on that. Wow.
I've heard that.
Kevin Moore just doing work, right? He's already starting out. He's just rattling cages. Kevin's here for clicks.
I can't wait for his show.
It's gonna be good. Let's see what he actually has. What he'll say. What
what you told one coach today.
I stand by that statement.
I walk in. Jerry is talk texting this coach, and it was the best text string I ever heard on your side. He quit answering you.
I guess he stood there. Hey, so let's start with in North Glencoe Baptist Church, keeping it real Sunday school class, Jeff Little.
Man.
Of course, after this, we're not going to have any sponsors in Glencoe. I promise you.
They out.
So, hey, let's start with this, everybody. We'll get through. Let's go through all 10 Etowah County High School seasons, right?
Yep.
How they did, and they deserve to be talked about. Man, these kids, regardless if your team did well or not, these kids put the work in. They grew. Sometimes life is hard, and that's part of it. But I think a lot of these kids are going to get better. We got coaches in new programs, so a lot to learn. Let's start in 2A with Gaston. Gaston was 3-7 on the season, 1-5 in their region, and Coach Derek Sewell's first year there. He, 3 wins. I think may have been better than some people thought they would have had. They do have some talent over there.
The Skaggs kid.
He graduated, right?
This year, right?
He was a senior this year. Had the vocal kid. He graduated.
Man.
So you got to replace some people, but that's a place Derek Sewell wants to be.
Yeah.
He wants to be there. He wants to extort him. There was a time back when Coach Morris was there, and maybe before, that if you had to go play a game at Shinbone Ridge, you knew man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be physical.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard fought. Then you get to hear the voice of Ray Estes over the PA. It's just that's what happens at Gaston, right?
You got to love it. Skaggs is on. Grant Skaggs. Brent Walker. What's up, buddy? Man, Coosa folks jumping on.
I saw a comment that went away.
Where'd it go? Where'd it say?
Daniel, were you making a comment did you take it off? I thought I saw him asking a question.
Ask that question, Daniel.
Yeah, whatever it is, man. Ask it. So again, they're 2A. They finished 3-7,
Okay.
1-5. I think they're putting the work in, heading the right direction.
Yeah,
so I
me
got no issues with what's going on there. Let's go over to West End. They had a very tough season. First year head coach there, Matt Harris. Not his first season as a head coach, but again, first season there as the head coach. That's where he wants to be. Etowah improved a good bit from week.
That's true.
No, I think you're 100%. And we'll jump into that when we get to the Etowah there, Daniel. And feel free to chime in at any point. 2A Region 6, West End was in a region where I thought they could have got some more wins.
Mm-hmm.
They got a couple really good ball players out there. And Matt Harris, 0-6 in the region, 1-9 overall. I was happy they were able to get a win. That builds something, right? Getting a win, learning how to win is very, very difficult. Not everyone knows how to win.
Yeah.
You have to teach that. You have to experience it. You have to work your way through it. So, okay, cool. So West End, 0-6 in the region. Matt Harris, I'll be honest with you. Of all the jobs here, I think that West End gig is tough.
Tough job.
It is. But you know who won there? Coach Kyle Davis.
Show did. What's up, Coach?
Coach Kyle
Coach
Davis.
got his popcorn yet?
I don't know what he's doing. He's teaching or something. Philip Pierce. What's up, Philip? Good to see you, man. And Kyle Davis did a great job at West End. Mm-hmm. And so that proves to me that it can be done, right? If the administration's pushing on the right side and everyone's doing the right thing. So Matt Harris wants to be there. That's half the battle. And those people support. They were very good to us when we went to broadcast the game there this year. Blake ate like 7 bowls of chili. Except we were in the little bitty window in the end zone. We won't get into any of that. That is what it is. But I think they a lot of work to do, Matt Harris. But again, he wants to be there.
Sure.
So heads up, if you play for West End, keep working, man. Your day will come.
That's right.
Now let's get to Glencoe. A little 3 action. 2-8 on the season. 1-7 in the region, and I know they lost Aaron Mann. Mm-hmm. Right, that kind of deflated the season. They got some other good kids. Alex Hudson's a really good ball player, and they got others. Scott Martin's last year. That's what the scuttlebutt is. That is what the allegedly.
Is that true?
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
This is his last year. I texted him. He did not respond. But from what I'm hearing coming out of the camp over there,
he's just retiring.
What's the difference in forced to retire and retiring? You got that many years and you kind of do what you want, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I hear he's on the way out. I don't know if it's his choice or not. I can't speak to that. Again, this is rumors. I'm not giving you facts in this regard. Just giving you my opinion. And my opinion is I heard he was out.
Well, I mean, look, you lost Westbrook. You lost to Pennington. You lost to Welborn. You lost to the Bluff. You got beat down by the Bluff. You lost to Weaver.
I like the way you stuck the fork in there.
You got Sachs is your victory. That's your only region victory. That's a tough year for these guys.
It is a hard year.
It's a tough year for these young men, and these boys work hard too. But
man, yeah, they do.
Tough.
And you talk about a region. That's a region, man. You're in a 9-team region.
Tough, man.
You got no breaks, man. You got no breaks, but. Scott Martin has done some great thing in his coaching career.
Sure.
And we'll see how everything else plays out to see where his legacy stands, let's say. And in the coming weeks, I guess that will be
okay.
Seen more than others. But
some of y'all supposed to be teaching, by the way. There's a lot of teachers watching this.
And, hey, it's their planning period.
Oh,
hey, if Coach Martin, if you're on, man, if you're gonna retire, let's give you a big send-off. Let us know. Let us know. He's put the work in. I know his golf. If he does retire, his golf game's gonna be on point.
It's already strong anyway.
He will take your money. I promise you. May need for legal fee, but he'll take your money. Wow. Let's go to Westbrook, a team, man, that good Lord, they were 6-4, 4-4 in the region, 6-4 overall. Just beat down. it all started with them. And Coach Steve Smith that just finished his second year coaching there. I think, and Steve will be on with us on Thursday for the rest of November. Steve's still going to come on and talk about the playoffs, kind of where we're at, and we'll kind of have a moment so he can talk about how the season went now that he's had a week to sit back and look. I think they made some strides. I think they're very, very young. Yeah. I think they make a big push this coming season. Yeah, I think next season you're going to see a big difference in that Westbrook crew. And Steve Smith will come on Thursday and really talk about that. But, again, one of those 9-team regions, very, very, very tough. And if you ask Steve, he's disappointed.
Sure he is.
If you ask parents, other coaches on that staff, very disappointed how that season went. Sometimes the ball just does not bounce your way. It happens, right? But I am telling you, that is an up-and-coming team with a very good coaching staff. Every time you grin, man, it scares me. It scares me a little.
Names you see come across.
So I think Coach Smith is going to get it done. He's never had a better facility, never had better equipment, probably never had the support he has there. Right, Westbrook has everything you need to win.
Man, there's no doubt. I mean, the guy's a proven winner. He's a good coach. I mean, he's a great coach.
Sure.
I mean, he's
the old ball coach.
And these kids, they're working hard, man. Yeah. They believe in what he's got going on over there. So I'd look for big things from Westbrook this next year. I mean, they almost got in. Almost.
Freaking Pennington.
But not so fast. Just didn't happen.
Pennington beat them twice.
Yeah, they did. They got you twice, guys.
We're going to suffer that game for next year.
Yeah, man.
Let's move on. Hey, Daniel, let's move on to Etowah.
Yes, sir.
Etowah 4-6 overall, 3-4 in the region. And when we're talking about what Etowah happened this year, first year head coach at Etowah, we've said it a lot lately, the last few years, Scott Peavy.
4 times.
Offensively, man, they averaged 31 points a game.
So they put up the points, man.
Defensively, they gave up almost 32 points a game. Right. You could run on them because for the first time in history that I remember, Etowah did not have size. They did not have the big kids, did not have any depth. And I think it all stems from, we're really feeling the effects from the Etowah County school bus issue where they stopped busing kids in that used to would go to Etowah. The Duck Springs area, some of the kids are going to Sardis now, back in that area. Kids of Nakulu Mountain who used to go to Etowah now going to Gadsden City, or I guess Gaston, over the backside of Gaston. So you're really seeing an effect from there. They got a brand new weight room.
Yep.
And it looks tremendous, right? They need it.
Really
looks tremendous. And do what you can do. I'm telling you folks at Etowah, listen to me. Keep your coach. Keep your coach.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's the right guy.
Me too.
Keep your coach. But what do I know?
Good dude, too.
And in that region next year, I think that they're going to compete a little more. I think, again, he's got to build something to win. Kids have to get used to winning. They're losing some talent, though. But you bring back some talent.
Yeah.
The tight end, Bennett Reeves.
Bennett Reeves.
Big-time ball player, man. Clutch ball player. Jamison Sism.
He gone.
He's incredible. So you got to replace
the kid on the back end there.
Day Porter,
Day.
freshman.
Yeah, he's a young guy. So I mean, you got some guys coming up.
Incredible. Yeah. So keep your head up, Coach. I think you're doing a great job.
He said the one thing that he was doing is getting in the hallways and meeting these kids and trying to get them to come back out and play football.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of guys that are just not playing football right now because of the 4 coaches in 4 years and that kind of deal. So.
Well, to be creative and to be, I say creative, to be successful, make no mistake. I don't care what the Alabama High School Athletic Association says or anybody else. You have to be able to recruit.
Sure.
Your own hallways, the other sports in your school. That is when you have to be a good recruiter.
That's right.
And it's legal. Right? Go recruit your kids to come out and play. Everybody wants to talk about that, but that's what you got to do.
We're going to get there in a minute. Moving on.
What is it?
No, I was just saying we're going to get through the recruiting stuff and all the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
We'll get to that. I just want to give these kids in programs deserve to be talked about a little bit before we dive into the main topic of the day. Whether we want it to be or not, it needs to be said.
That's right.
That's kind of where we're at. So let's look at Sardis. B.J. Brooks. Bro had a tough year.
He did.
Absolute tough year. They're 5A football, so they play some big time games. They're 3-7 overall, 2-4 in the region. And there's a lot of drama with Pee Wee ball that I'm not sure how Coach Brooks' name got caught up in. And I'm disappointed if the stuff I was hearing about that was real, to be honest.
Jackson. Yes, buddy.
Oh, God. Here we go. I didn't know he was on. So I think Sardis has everything they need to win. I think the culture they're building there, they got some great guys in there. They got a really good coaching staff. Mm-hmm. They got a coaching staff that knows how to win. They have to put it together and maybe stay out of the peewee ball, stay out of the drama stuff.
Yeah, let that stuff roll.
Let's focus on winning high school football games and not worry about the peewee stuff, is my opinion. Not saying you shouldn't be involved in the peewee stuff, right? You want to be out there, be seen. And that's
not in the crap.
Not in the crap.
No.
Just back with Kevin Stevens.
Uh-huh.
So now that's teams that did not make the playoffs.
Correct.
Sadly.
Now you got.
I want every team to make the playoffs here in Etowah County.
Sure.
I don't think it's ever happened. Hey, they haven't got here yet. I ordered a dozen Bob Does Sports balls.
You did?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the Callaway?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not a Callaway guy, but you're a supporter of the Bob Does Sports.
I like Callaway.
You just don't hit them all. You're a TaylorMade guy.
I play TaylorMade ball every day.
And Pro V1s, but I mean, but you're more TaylorMade.
100% TaylorMade.
Yeah.
But for Bob Does Sports,
you do anything.
And to be able to bless some of my friends, because I bought these to give away.
Oh.
I'm giving you a sleeve.
You hear that, Jackson?
I'm giving Jackson a sleeve.
Damn. Thought I was going to have one up on him. Dang it.
Yeah. Then I have 2 more sleeves. I'm going to keep one and probably just put it on my bookshelf. And then I'll give one to somebody else.
I won't be playing. I'll be putting mine up in the office.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
So now let's move to the playoffs.
Are you
Congratulations.
stuff from the Bob Does Sports?
I can't afford that stuff.
I don't think you can't mail it in. You can't get it here. Can you get it here?
Oh, the have a day drink?
Yeah.
You cannot. I tried.
You can.
I put 13 cases. Jackson, I put 13 cases in my cart to check out, and you can't deliver it here. So I was trying. We're gonna have a celebration.
He was trying to have a day, wasn't he, buddy? Trying to have a day. Go ahead. Sorry. Gazin City is where you were going to, I think. Yeah,
Gazin City. Congratulations, Gazin City. Scott's claiming the last sleeve. I got you, Coley. Gazin City, congratulations, man, for making the stinking playoffs. Yeah. They were 6-3 overall, 4-2 in the region, and Ollie did a good job, man. And when they went on a little run in the middle of the season, they won 4 in a row. Yeah. Started playing good ball, but here's where it gets interesting is, okay, you made the playoffs. Now what? Yeah. Yeah, what you going to do? They got, how do you say, banged, to take a Bob Does Sports term. They got banged with the brackets. They are matched up. They have to go to Clay Chalkville. Ooh. Oh. Look, this team is very, very, very. I just saw that. Oh, Tyler, you're killing me. Bum Pickens. That's hilarious. Gazin City is very talented. Worthy at running back is unreal. But what doesn't get the credit is that offensive line. To give him like the Woods kid, right, and the rest of that group that's coming in. Nemo Samuels. Wow. Debo. I was calling him Debo. Nemo, who was at Gaston. Yeah. By the way. And I think the Woods kid could have played at Gaston. I can't remember. You got your quarterback. Which one? Franklin. They got 3. The Franklin kid, the junior. He put up big numbers, almost 2,000 yards. It is a very, very talented team for sure. But I want to go over the. I want to see what the line is on this game. Not that you can bet. No, you can. I know a guy. Gazin City is a 17-point underdog. Golly, I would take it. At Clay Chalkville. I'd take it. Hey, I don't want it to. I won't get it. Rick Neal is watching. Pastor Rick Neal. Hello, sir. Ricky. Now you got to clean it up. Dang it! I was looking for. I might as well throw my popcorn out. Jared can't say nothing because Rick's like my dad since I don't have one. You got a tattoo of him. Yeah, right here. Mm-hmm. Tattoo of my dad. Y'all watching? Yeah. Yeah. Very handsome. He was a mechanic. I'll let y'all get that. He bolted.
Okay.
17-point underdog.
I still take it. I mean, look what Southside did to them. No, and that's just 3 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago.
You taking the point? You think Clay Chalville?
I'm taking Clay Chalville.
Is that Brick Boy watching?
Brick Boy Demetrius.
Brick Boy.
That's Brick Boy. Hey, you got to come by here. We got something for you, dude.
Yeah. Hey, come pick that up, guy.
Yeah.
17-point underdog on the road. Clay Chalville knows how to win. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
They're scoring about the same, Gadsden City and Clay Chalville point-wise a game, but that defense is different. The Clay Chalville defense is crazy good this season.
Yeah, they're not giving up.
But you know what? Them Gadsden City boys ain't scared of them Clay Chalville kids.
Sure they're not.
Please.
I want them to go out there and ball out, man. I want them to win.
Absolutely.
But it's a tough first game.
And speaking of another tough game, Mountain Brook at Southside.
Mm-hmm.
So Southside is hosting this. 18-point underdog at Southside. Everybody just thinks that Mountain Brook region, and it's good. What's up, Tim Crow? What's up, Mr. Davis?
I hope you're right, Brick Boy. I hope you're right. I hope they win.
You know, there's some entitlement when it comes to some of these blue blood programs like Clay Chalville.
Yeah.
You look at most of that staff went on to Hoover. How'd that work out for Hoover? Got beating up kids and stuff. That was that culture.
I mean,
no one's really talking about that anymore.
well, it's amazing what money does.
But Gadsden City and Southside have an opportunity to shut people's mouths.
I'd love to see it.
And you know the Southside crowd is going to – and we'll get to Southside next, kind of together here. Southside was 6-4 in the season, 5-1 in the region. Ben Stewart, first year there, is doing a great job. They get to host Mountain Brook. And this Southside, I don't care if Southside does not win a game, they show up.
Yeah, sure.
The crowd, the band, the concession, it's loud. The traffic sucks. Bad. Can't wait till we get a new mayor. See if he helps and stuff.
What happened the last game? I know we're looking forward to the playoffs, but what happened?
Because that game meant nothing. I know Pell City beat them pretty large. So I don't know who played in the game for Southside. Okay. I don't know if they pulled players.
Resting some guys, get some health. Okay.
It meant nothing.
Okay.
As far as the who beat who looking around, you're like, hey, well, this team beat that team.
Sure.
And Coosa beat Pell City. Pell City beat Southside. Southside beat
Gadsden
City. So it's what is it? Cole Green, I'll take all the money you want to give me. Brick, Clay, and Cole Green likes to talk trash.
Hey, Cole Green is he's a football fan.
He's a football fan. Hey, Cole Green, did you vote Democrat today?
I'm gonna say no. He crossed over. Remember, he's a Republican.
Oh, he's a Republican. He said he crossed over. So
Pawpaw says, "Go smoke neck."
Absolutely, we need these local teams to win, man. We need all these teams that's in the playoffs right now. So let's get in. That's all. That's 6-8 good football. Ben Stewart, congratulations, man! You went on a 5-game winning streak that really turned the season
Proud
around.
Proud of that young man,
including an amazing game at Gadsden City, a game you and I wanted to go to.
Yes,
we wanted to watch that game. It was an incredible game. Same night, Etowah had a big win against White Plains. Come from behind victory. Yep. So that was a great night of football.
You better straighten up, Mom's on.
Oh, hey girl.
Okay, Pawpaw's on too. So
sorry, Dad. Don't forget, I got you something here in the freezer. Just saying, it's pretty nice.
It's almost on the floor.
No, it's up front.
Cole Green got to go with school I graduated from. Gotcha.
Dang right, Brick Boy. So Hoax Bluff, talk about a good season.
Yeah,
8-2 overall, 5-2 in the region, just doing what they do. But in the playoffs, Madison Academy, do not look over Madison Academy.
No, sir.
They've always got athletes.
Yep.
I remember calling a basketball game. I was calling an Etowah game. Basketball game. Lil James was coaching, of course, and
up at Madison.
No, it was in Jacksonville, the playoffs.
Okay.
And they had this exchange student from Africa, so there was African flags flying everywhere.
So he was playing ball.
Yeah, he was playing ball, and it was the most just crazy.
Can you get in trouble for recruiting from Africa?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
No.
My bad. That's on me.
No. But it was incredible.
Remember vividly.
Yeah, it was incredible. So, but I think Hoax Bluff gets this victory. They're an 8-point favorite. 8-point favorite against Madison Academy.
I like to see my friends from Oaks Bluff. Got some friends, got some kids playing out there.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So hope y'all do well, guys.
We want all these teams to win in the playoffs. So, Ollie Smith, Ben Stewart, Coach Rob, we need you guys to be successful. Make us proud. We want to make a deep run.
Yep.
Now let's get into kind of what probably everyone wants to talk about.
The team, you mean the 4th team that should be in the playoffs?
The 4th team that's in the playoffs, in my mind.
Yep.
Of course, my mind's a crazy place to be.
Yep.
Let's talk about
that's fair.
Let's talk about the Coosa Christian Conquerors, right? And kind of the drama that's went on with this. And the behind the scenes, these kids had a tremendous season.
Yes, they did. 9-1.
Incredible season. And it got taken away from them. And I try to stay out of the comments on social media. I do, because I know me, and I very much am aggressive when it comes to taking up for people I love and people I care about.
Sure.
Right? And if you're in my circle, and let this be a warning to people, coaches, regardless of who it is. If you're talking trash about people in my circle, just get ready for an attack. I'm gonna come back at you.
Sure.
Well, that's the way it should be, right?
Yeah.
And not only am I talking about Coach Marco Bryant, hey, that 93 Roadrunner team was good, Brad, by the way. That was a good team. I'm talking about these kids. Getting to spend so much time with these kids day in and day out, watching practice, being with them away from practice, getting to watch them in the film room, and then when they're eating, just hanging out and building relationships with these kids. It is incredible that an adult, and especially people in leadership, can take it on themselves to hurt these kids, right? So let's end the drama. Let's end and talk about what actually happened, what's going on, because all you see is these people. You call yourselves Christian.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
You call yourself Christian.
That's just shallow
You're
people
cheaters.
that have nothing else to go with.
And it's pretty ridiculous to get in the comments, and I really try to stay out of it, right? Because I had to be able to be sure that I could bail a couple of y'all out. Because y'all almost went to jail, a couple of y'all.
Yeah.
And it's the ladies, right? It's the ladies that get, because
I used to keep $50 in my billfold cash just for Jerry. So bond him out.
So, these mama bears come out. What are they supposed to do? They protect their kids. It's got
protect
people
your
who
kids.
are saying these things who have no clue what's actually going on. They just, they're winning, they must be cheating.
That's correct.
So when I talk about, and we're gonna pull up and talk about some actual games here with Coosa, how their season went. Then we're gonna get into the trash. And of course, everyone's.
They must talk about. They beat the brakes off everybody except for Pierce County, Georgia.
They did.
I mean, look at this. Let me throw these numbers.
Okay,
at you.
please.
You respond to this,
Yeah.
okay? Pierce County, they got blasted, 41-7, right?
And it wasn't that close.
And Coach O'Brien knew going in, hey, this is not going to be good for us, but it's going to be character building, right? That's why he scheduled this stuff. Now you look at this. Pell City, they gave up 7 on Pell City, right? 2 Pell City, 17-7, 42-7. 42-0, 59-0, 29-2, 43-0, 49-8, 63-0, 35-21. That's the closest game, and it wasn't even close.
Yes, number 7 ranked team in 2A.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's this team this year.
it is. It's an incredible team. So, what actually is getting turned in, right? So let's look at Glencoe for a minute, because that's where I'm hearing. Again, this is my opinions. This is Jerry White's opinion and what I'm being told. And of course, the letter got leaked from Miss Tinker. It's out there, so that's proven fact that's a proven fact. Sorry, I'm in my zone here. That it's out there. You can read. Tinker, the principal at Glencoe, wrote this letter to the high school association and turned in Coosa for supposedly a violation. So there was a kid who transferred from Glencoe, which he had every right to do. Glencoe Middle School transferred to Coosa, right? So this young man, his mom paid for him to train with Alaric Williams. Alaric Williams has his own LLC company. That's what he does. He does speed and agility training. And so how this got twisted and spun was that he was recruiting, and you can't, the way the rule book reads is you can't coach someone's, specific sport. He can't coach this kid in football, doing football plays and all these different football actions and transfer and be eligible for football, because that's not what it was. And the rule is on page 49 of the handbook, section 15, bottom right hand corner. If you guys want to go over there and read that verbatim of it, the way the rule is written. And Alaric, mind you, Alaric called the high school association to be sure it was okay that he trained these kids. And there's other kids from Glencoe that was there, right? Other kids from Glencoe was there training. But they didn't transfer. And people, from what I read online, well, he can't transfer. You know what you're talking about.
Right.
You do not know what you're talking about. And when you got coaches like Taylor Talbot, who is still pissed off, he's butthurt because Coosa teabagged Cedar Bluff. They did. They teabagged them. They put 94 on him, and he's still upset about it. So he has a vendetta, and he's trying to screw them, is what I'm being told. My opinion is I reached out to him. He didn't respond back. And Wendy Tinker, you have an open seat right here to come on the show. Taylor Talbot, right there, that seat's for you. And if you watch anything we've ever done, we've always been more than fair, right? More than fair to anyone sitting in this chair. We're not an attack show. It's not what we do. But you're messing with these kids. These kids put in so much work that you wouldn't believe. How about these kids choose to help, right? They choose to help and come unload a food truck at a church they're not associated with, right? They volunteer and do all these other things because they want to. They're great kids. And you're this one kid who was a great young man, by the way. You're trying to punish this great young man who was being bullied over there. Is one reason he wanted to transfer in. He was being bullied. So control what's going on in your own school, allegedly. And yet, all these people are coming to try to attack Coosa because you're not Coosa. That's kind of what it is. You're winning, and people are upset about it. And it breaks my heart looking in these young people's eyes when they got told, hey, we've been kicked out of the playoffs. To see the tears in these young people's eyes. There's 8 seniors who may never put on a Coosa football uniform again. Because adults who are supposed to be in leadership.
That's right.
Look, high school association, let me call you out for a second.
Come on.
And I'm a credentialed member, have been for 23 years. I've had a good run. So if I don't get credentialed next year, so be it, right? But what I'm saying is absolutely true. For 23 years, for every broadcast I've done in the playoffs over all these 23 years, and it's been a lot, I have to read, or Jeff, you're with me, you have to read, or whoever's doing the broadcast, have to read these commercials, these PSAs.
That's right.
Right? About sportsmanship.
Yes.
Right? Everything is sportsmanship. Mm. Sportsmanship. How is... And coaches are supposed to put kids up here, right? That's why they're in the sport, coaching kids. So let's just say that Coach Scott Martin from Glencoe or Evan Talbot or whomever knew, or there could be a possible issue before the first game of the season about this kid. Why would you not have the intestinal fortitude to bring it up then? No, I'm going to be secretive about it. I'm going to wait till after the last region game because I don't want them in the playoffs. I'm going to get them.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to screw them.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you truly care, if you're a teacher and a coach, you truly care. And we got a lot of good ones in Etowah County.
Yes.
So hear me. I'm not saying they're all like that. But in this situation, if you truly care about the kids, and it's not a personal vendetta, so what? Etowah County team beat a Cherokee County team 94-0, whatever. 6. I'm sorry, they scored 6. But I'm going to get you for it. Look at those kids. You should have to come sit down and tell these kids that everything they did in the summer, everything they did doesn't matter. But no, we're going to wait till the last minute to try to sneak it in the screen to get you out of the playhouse. What is that showing? How is that being accountable? How is the High School Athletic Association letting that happen? That has to be. So if you know about this, you don't report it. How about a statute of limitations on something? And so now it's leaked that Coosa is fighting with everything they have to fight with. They are going to give it hell, I promise you.
Right.
They are going to go strong because you know what? You're messing with their kids.
That's right.
You're messing with their kids.
Right.
Absolutely right. So I'm thankful for the leadership of Coosa Christian, the administration at Coosa Christian, Amanda and Jack.
That's right.
Julie Delp.
Yep.
Josh Dodd. Obviously, Coach Mark O'Brien. And we'll get to Mark in a second. Alaric Williams, all these other people that are fighting. How about all the parents?
Yeah.
Raising money. A lawsuit's not free. And as it got leaked to the High School Association, we're in the middle of a lawsuit. Yep. And it's all right there on the Clickbait Gadsden Times because this douchebag won't even come and really see what's going on. He's reporting the news from elsewhere. He just wants clicks. Screw the Gadsden Times. If you want to read something about what's really going on at Etowah County sports-wise, you go to The Messenger. The Messenger does it right. Chris does a phenomenal job in the written media. Yeah. He's a guy that cares about what happens in Etowah County.
Yeah.
He does.
He does.
He's a great dude. And he's not even from here. He's from New York. But he's invested in the community. So shout out to you, Chris, in the Messenger. I think you do a great job. We should have him on the show, by the way, if we even have a show after this episode. But it's frustrating. And if you're a parent of a kid, what if this was happening to you in your school? And you know you guys did nothing wrong. Alaric Williams did not do anything wrong. Nothing, Jeff. Nothing. And this is your school. You're an alum of Coosa Christian.
That's right.
Right?
I am.
You've been in there. Okay, I probably won't be teaching chapel anytime soon.
You're not teaching chapel or Bible over at Coosa.
I apologize.
It's coming.
That's Old Testament.
Matter of fact, he's taking a break from our church.
That's Old Testament. Just close your eyes for a second. Just close your eyes. Remove the name Coosa Christian, insert your school name. Yeah. What if this is happening to Gadsden City? What if this is happening to Southside? Hoax Bluff. Oh, it never happened to Hoax Bluff, but what if it was? Imagine that's your school. Yeah. And it's a young kid who made no impact on a game whatsoever. No disrespect to him. He's a freshman playing on a loaded team.
Loaded. Yeah.
This kid will get a ton more playing time playing elsewhere.
Sure.
A freshman.
It probably would have started at Glencoe.
They needed him over there. That's probably why they're so upset about it. But again, I implore you, Tinker, Coach Martin, Taylor Talbot. How about Mike Welch? You talking about guys thinks he's untouchable. The guy who is, running the show. And I'm kind of getting all over the place, but I got to calm myself. I get emotional, man, because I still seeing these kids tears in their eyes,
sure,
and the hurt in their face. And so what we're doing is we're going through the appeals process at Coosa, right? They're following every step as laid out by the Alabama High School Athletic Association. And I will question the fact that in the next to last appeal, they had to go to Westbrook.
Yeah.
That seems weird.
It's a little strange.
Right, had to go to Westbrook.
Sure.
Mike Welch was there, someone who has a vendetta, allegedly, against Coach Mark O'Brien and Coosa Christian because he just destroyed one of your schools at Cedar Bluff.
It was a fun game to call for me.
I got hoarse.
I know.
And, of course, Steve Smith, who I hold in high regard.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I hold Steve on
He's been great to you and I.
A spiritual level.
Sure.
He's up here. In integrity level, I hold Steve up here. Yeah. I do. And I've told everyone at Coosa that here's what I think of Steve, the old ball coach, right? But it had to be weird for him as well.
I'm sure.
It had to be weird for him because he is in that District 6 committee. And you don't think Westbrook and Coosa are
Sure, they're in competition.
Absolutely in competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
If this goes down, will Steve gain some kids? I don't know. He could, but so everyone else. But
it's obvious how he voted. I mean,
it was unanimous. Yeah, sure. And to be honest with you, there was no way Steve was going to go against because if everyone on that committee would have voted in favor of Coosa, it still wouldn't have mattered from what I'm told. You still have to go to the next step and be voted on at the board down in Montgomery. So it wouldn't matter.
Which is what they did Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday. They did their final appeal, and it was denied, and now there is a lawsuit, as you guys can read about in the Gas and Lies. Just jump on there and read all about it. It's there. Somebody leaked it. I don't know who it was. Some might say. But it's all right there. And why, during all this, supposedly Alaric Williams illegally recruited a kid? That was the violation, right? So every game you played in, you had to forfeit. How in the world did Marco Bryant's name get put in? Hey, but we'll reconsider this if you fire your coach. If you fire Marco Bryant and not let him have anything to do with your program on any level, from administration to skill development, anything, you put that in your ruling? Really?
Jackson says this real quick. Said interesting stat. Once I'm gonna give you a chance to drink your coffee. When Talbot was at Cedar Bluff, I guess it's CB, right? That's Cedar Bluff. Mm-hmm. They beat my sophomore team. This is true. We talked about this. They beat Coosa's sophomore team 73-0. If you do the math, the difference in that score and ours, 94-7, is 14 points, 2 possessions. And we talked about that.
That's a great.
You're right.
That's a great statement.
Yeah.
Everyone had a history of beating up on Coosa.
Sure, they did.
Right, Coosa was who you played for your homecoming. That's who you wanted to play.
Yes.
Not anymore.
No.
Right, and that's what people are upset about. And so, because Marco Bryant doesn't bow down to the system, it's not status quo with him. He's going to. He's a Navy SEAL.
Right.
Our chaplain there is a Green Beret.
Right.
It's military.
You'll do a lot of this talking online, but you won't say nothing to them.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, man. Because all these people get on social media, make these comments, cheat on, forfeit on, all this stuff. And I'm directing a lot of that toward, because I read Daniel's comments, which it hurts me because I expect better from people in Etowah, Daniel, to be honest with you. It frustrates me when you show ignorance. But I know you're stirring the pot. That's who you are. You are the same person as Wesley Quarles. You do. Y'all both put stuff out there just to get reactions. That's what they do. I love it because I know, but this is serious, right? You're talking about people's now Ash was a homecoming opponent for everybody.
That's true, Kevin.
That's good. And so Marco Bryant now, who was not accused of an infraction.
No.
Was not accused of an infraction. But yet, we're going to not let you in the playoffs next year unless we will reconsider if you terminate the coach.
Explain to us how that is legal. How is that? Obviously, it's not ethical. But how is that? How is that right? That a high school association can say that. Now, why are they saying that? Tell us why they say if you get rid of Marco Bryant, he's not involved in any capacity at Coosa Christian.
Yeah.
With football. Or is it with
I would think with anything.
Football.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So how is that right? He's Alaric's boss.
Sure.
Okay. Any assistant coach's boss, but he has a boss.
Sure. And his boss has a boss.
Correct.
Then his boss's boss has a boss that's called the board.
Correct.
So I can't answer. I don't know. I don't know, but it seems weird to me. That
Well, it seems personal.
It does seem very personal. And Mike Welch has made it personal. And Mike, I may not have your money, but I got a lot of great attorney friends.
And some of them and some of you are like your friends. They're Democrats too.
Read Briggs Freeman.
Briggs, Coosa plays ball the right way, hard nose, no crybaby heads down, busting face. Dude, that's straight up. That's how you play ball, Briggs.
That's the Freeman.
That's how Etowah plays ball. That's how.
They better get back to that.
They better get back to it. Yeah, me too. Matter of fact, my son Will was talking about you the other day. He a couple days ago, we were going home from church, and he said, "Hey, how's that Briggs Freeman doing? Is he still playing baseball?" So he asked about you. So you made an impact on my youngest son, even though you didn't. You only talked to him about 5 or 6 times. So
because he was too busy hunting.
Well, that's why I think
that's what it was. It probably was. So I don't know how Mark gotten involved in, other than Mark just doesn't. More than Mike Welch, who are the board members? I don't have that in front of me, but you're right, Todd. I should probably be more prepared, but I wanted to try to keep this as civil as possible today. And again,
today,
I want to invite these people on. I know I have called out to. Oh, I'll answer. I'm not scared to answer a question by any means. I don't have it in front of me. I have no idea who these other board members are. I know that with the appeal process, one was on the phone at Coosa, and that's Larry Davidson. He's going through kidney stones.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And just the fact that brother was on the phone call, I'm impressed, to be honest. And I've had kidney stones. That ain't no joke. So I don't know who all the board numbers are, but a lot of people are talking board corruption.
Sure.
And
yep.
So again, everyone's welcome to sit in this seat. Mike Welch, you've been offered to be on the show anytime. Come be on the show. Wendy Tigger, come be on the show. Taylor Talbot, come be on the show. Stephen Smith will be on Thursday.
And it would never be this confrontational. He's excited. He's doing a monologue or just talking.
Oh, Steve Smith's on. Yeah, Steve Smith, absolutely. Steve Smith is also on that board and was there.
Yeah.
I said that had to be awkward for him. Here's what I say about Steve. He messaged me after the appeal process and spoke very, very highly of Amanda Justice. He said that she was
check your text,
unbelievably well prepared, and that she was very well spoken, and that she handled herself and represented Coosa. She was just A+.
Great.
So from Steve saying that,
and we knew that.
Yeah, we did know that, but the fact that Steve said it as well. Yeah, any of the board can be here. Coach Heath Harmon, the new president down there, he coached at Etowah. We know a situation.
Sure.
I think he's in over his head, right? Because let's face it, Heath Harmon is a educator and a football coach. Same thing with Barkley.
Yeah.
Right? He is an educator and a football coach and an administrator at a high school level. Now they're dealing in courtrooms. They're dealing with legal issues, and that's not. You're right. Actions are everything. Holly, you're absolutely right with that statement, 100%.
And to real quick, to a lot of people saying they won't sit across from, and you're probably right, but they need to know we just have conversations, and it's always civil. It's always,
sure.
Hey, tell us your side, but we do push back because certainly. So.
Terry Curtis is on the board for sure.
Tara Miller.
Do you think if someone is on the board that in 2A football that would have to match up against Coosa Christian, you think that's a conflict of interest? You gosh darn right. If I'm coaching elsewhere, I don't want to play Coosa.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't get a vote.
No, you should not.
My watch told me to calm down.
Yeah, mine did too. For whatever reason, it said breathe for a minute. I'm not breathing. So.
Yeah, Todd, you're right. Should be a conflict of interest. So where it stands right now is it's going to be held in court tomorrow. Well, a decision from the judge. There will be some examination, I'm sure, or witnesses on the stand. And I know when you're on the side of right, it's freeing,
sure.
Right? It's freeing. I'm on the side of right. It's here in your rule book. Here's the way it states. Here's what happened. There was nothing illegally done. And you're trying to cost Coosa a season. And this is something that has to happen quickly. The playoffs start Friday.
Sure.
And so I've heard some people say, well, now it wouldn't be fair to other teams who are supposed to be playing X team. And if all the playoff brackets changes, they let Coosa back in, and all these games change to here and there. I have it on good authority that Coosa said or will say, we just want the playoffs. Make us the number 4 seed. We'll go as a number 4 seed. That way we just affect one team, which would be Winston County, the number 1 seed, Winston County. You know who was veto that? Winston County.
Right.
This team is focused.
I like that.
What was that?
Philip Franklin says, how about every school gets a representative? Entirely too much unanimous decisions. That's odd. I don't disagree with that. I think that's a
I know
great,
that. Here's what scares me. all Coosa people watching or anybody watching, there's never been a judge rule against the Alabama High School Athletic Association. That's my understanding, as I was told. There's never been one rule.
They have a lobbyist, right?
Sure they do.
Sure they do.
I was told by somebody in the governor's office that it's the most, behind the governor, it's the most powerful position in the state of Alabama is the president of the Alabama High School Athletic Association board.
Isn't that something?
That's what I was told by someone in the governor's office.
Yeah.
And I know the governor's office reached out, and I know a couple other groups reached out. But I don't want to throw other people's personal business on here, but here's what I know. Coach Alaric Williams does this for the right reasons. He loves these babies. You see him with the elementary school kids.
Absolutely.
He loves
teaching. Daddy Duckling leading his ducks.
He does.
Ducklings, yeah.
He's walking backwards across the parking lot, and all these little kids following.
Never takes his eyes off of him.
He's protective.
Yeah.
And he is teaching these kids how to be quick, fast, how to get endurance, how to get your body in the best shape possible, how to work out, how to do these things. It's speed and agility training.
There's going to be a lot with this door being opened.
Yeah.
With this door being opened, there's going to be a lot of schools in Etowah County that are fixing to have the hammer drop on them in the next couple of years. Because we talked to a guy Sunday. His son is highly recruited. Louisville, some other kids play basketball. Mm-hmm. And we asked the question, does he have a strength, agility coach, all those types of things outside of there? He does. So anyway, go ahead.
I do remember the Larry Don Rose case. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh.
Long time since 85 there,
85.
There's going to be a lot of scrutiny. That's going to put new looks on all these baseball clinics, basketball camps, all these different things, right? Yeah. What happens when I think it all boils down to school choice is coming.
I spent time at Etowah with your pitching coach.
Coach Cartrett.
Yes, man, and learn how to be a better pitcher, how to be stronger, how to get more speed, how to get more movement, how to be more agile, how to fill my position, all of those different things from an Etowah baseball coach.
Yeah. Did he recruit you over?
Yes,
absolutely.
He did. But did I go? No, because I didn't want to go where my Uncle Sherman was at. To be fair, I didn't want any oversight.
Thank you, Uncle Sherm.
Oh man.
So, hey, Moody, and they got the letter last week. I heard that Moody was going to be investigation. Fultondale got hammered. Yep. I know they're going to be cheer camps.
That's a big one too.
Right. Yep. I know that for a fact the court system is going to be very, very busy this week as another school, who I will not name, also filed a lawsuit against the high school association. And I'm telling you, everything I've said today is Jerry White's opinion. Is it
Coosa's fault that 25 or 30 people have left Glencoe over the last several years to play?
Great point. So what's going on there in that administration? A tyrant, a dictator? That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know.
That's what I'm
asking
hearing.
A question. Yeah.
I know when I was watching the game of Glencoe and Southside, I mean, when I was looking at all those kids at Southside, I'm thinking, that kid should be playing at Glencoe. That kid should be playing at Glencoe. That kid should be playing at Glencoe. It's great. Look, I hold some people in Glencoe, Jeff. I have always held them, God, just way up here because I got some great friends over there. Absolutely. The program used to be different.
Yes.
Right? When you have Jeff Little, who is above reproach.
Top notch.
Right? When you got Scott Heinzman, right?
Yes.
And when you got your neighbor.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Mark. Yeah, Cassidy. Mark Cassidy. Yeah. Absolutely. You got Mark
Ben
Cassidy.
Huff, man.
Ben Huff.
I don't think there gets any more
Scott Baker. Yeah. Those are people in that program who has incredible integrity, that group. But there's a reason everyone's leaving. There's a reason nobody wants to be there.
Yeah.
Everyone used to want to play Glencoe. Glencoe was the standard.
Bro.
It was the standard. Yeah. And when you look at the standard of what a booster club should be, the Glencoe Athletic Club was the freaking standard of what it should be because they cared about every sport. 100% every sport. Girls, boys, middle school, it didn't matter. Cheerleading, they did it right, man.
Is this a fair assessment? We don't have anything to lose. We have a personal vendetta. Let's turn them in.
Yeah, it's again, oversight is a word here.
Rules are rules. If you break the rules, I don't care if it's Coosa, I don't care what school, Etowah, I don't care what school it is. If you break the rules, the way the rules are written, not for them to go, hey, we're going to interpret these rules any way we want to. I'm talking about the way they're written. And if you don't like the way they're written, figure out a way to make sure they're ironclad.
Yeah.
This is not the way this rule is written. And do you think that had something to do with it? Hey, we don't have anything to lose. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I mean, the association, it's their rules, right? It's written a certain way, and then they try to change the interpretation.
That's right.
From my understanding. Again, any of these people can come beyond here. Anybody from the association, from Coach Barkley, Coach Harmon, whomever, please come be a guest and talk about this on the show. We want you here. Miss Tinker, seats open. All I know is
Teddy Whitmire. If you uphold the rule that strength and conditioning or athletic development in the offseason has been stated makes a football player ineligible, then you have just ruled that almost every player in the state is ineligible, the ones that actually work to get better in the offseason anyways. That's a great point. It's what we were trying to say.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. And I pray for my friend Alaric.
Me too.
Right? Because I know he takes stuff personal.
It's hard not to.
Because he cares so much.
That's right.
And keep your head up. You did nothing wrong. You love these kids. You love these kids at every school that you train. There's a reason all these kids from other high schools are coming to train with you. Because you're very, very good. You're good at what you do. Same thing with Teddy, man. Teddy's incredible in the weight room. Incredible in the weight room. Them two together, it's next level. And the reason these kids are wanting to, we're being recruited. No. The reason these kids are wanting to come to Coosa because of how the program is ran. The different jerseys, the different helmets. They are winners. They're winners. They work extremely hard. You do not outwork a Coosa kid. You just don't. And they get so much Bible, too. It's more than football. It's a culture.
Yeah.
And when you say we are, that's exactly. And it's a big group of people who make sure these kids, the best meal program out there. No one's doing what they're doing.
Nope.
And kids want to be a part of that.
Well,
you don't think kids are talking to other kids?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hey, you should be over here, man. This is what we're doing. Here's what we're wearing.
Yeah.
Here's the teams we're playing. We played for a state championship last year. Should have won a state championship last year. We're going to win it this year. We're going to win it next year.
Well, if you're jealous of it, then duplicate what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Duplicate what they're doing. Coosa doesn't have all the money in the world. They struggle to meet payroll. Their coaches are volunteers. I mean, these guys are out there because they want to help these kids develop. And you said it. You said it. Other kids talk when in summer ball or whatever they're doing outside of football. They get together and hang out down here at the landing down here, wherever they go to hang out. They're talking, hey, man, you need to come over with us. They do that. They're the ones doing that. And this is a personal vendetta against a man. One man, and they saw an opportunity, and they held on to it.
Sure.
They held on to it intentionally to destroy a man, but what they've done is they destroyed these young men. And how dare you say you want to build integrity and you want to build character and I want to build young men and all that kind of stuff. We're building young dads and husbands and all that crap that you people give.
Yeah.
And you do what you do. Just because it doesn't affect your school, but I promise you, look at me, it's going to.
100%.
It's going to affect your school.
It is. And
sorry. This was your deal. I had to get my 2 cents.
sometimes your 2 cents is worth a nickel. I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Right.
Thank you.
No one works harder.
No.
This Coosa team reminds me of the old Etowah teams back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Grit.
Physical.
Yes.
Tough. Hey, some kids at other schools won't know part of what goes on in practice. They don't. It's hard.
That's right.
And when you think private school, you're thinking daddy's money, rich. That's not what Coosa is.
I went to Coosa. I promise you it's not that.
That's not what Coosa is, man. This is hard-nosed. Some of these parents are working third and fourth jobs to be able to put these kids through here, man.
That's right.
It's not what you think it is, but they're getting a good godly education from incredible people, and they're being taught how to be men, right? On this football team, they're taught how to be men. And I thank God that they're being taught masculinity
Yes.
because the world's against that now.
Sure. It's toxic in the world.
And now what's going to happen when all these kids get upset? Because this year, Coach Roden's starting a wrestling program for the first time ever at Coosa, right? A wrestling program. You got a bunch of pissed off football players that's going to take it out on the wrestling mat.
Right.
Oh, do you want to play Coosa in basketball now? Half the football team's playing basketball. Guess what, Coach? We just changed the offense you run. We're just going to put it down low now. We're just going to bang bodies. That's what we're going to do now. So, sorry.
Folks are at, Miss Roden says, is it extortion for the board to ask for Mark's job?
Yes.
Todd O'Brien, Coosa's weight room workouts are not for the weary. George, what's up? George is on here. Holly,
George.
Thomas says, we're poor over here. We just got hot water in the freaking gym.
That's it.
And then Demetrius, Brick Boy says they should see the practice uniforms, old Titan
They
jerseys.
are. They got old Kansas City Titan jerseys. Oh, and soccer. Yeah. Hey, how about a track program? How does this affect the track program?
Oh, see, that's what I'm worried about.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
What else going on? I'm sorry, I got so much going on. And these are great kids, and we're going to have to wrap this up.
Yep.
But there'll be much more. But we've intentionally been holding our tongues on this. I've not.
That's right, Ms. Burnett. That's right.
I've not posted stuff on social media directly. I'm trying to stay off of it because it's my family, man. You spend 2 years with these people, you become like family.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to stand up for these kids.
Sure.
But here's the thing: if this would be Gadsden City, if this be Etowah, if this would be Glencoe,
sure,
we would have our same stance.
Very same.
Our very same stance.
Yep.
It's about sometimes it's right and wrong. Just like when you go vote today, and please get out and vote. It's right or it's wrong. Right? It's not Republican. It's not Democrat. It's right and it's wrong. Make the most godly choice. But I'm so thankful for the friendships I've developed here at Coosa, and seeing you guys how you fight and work and put these kids in that atmosphere. And it's not over. That's all I'm saying. Am I saying, hey, Coosa's going to win this and get the restraining order and get a TRO and get in the playoffs? I got no idea. Yeah. But I know that there's going to be no stone left unturned. Jack Justice, Amanda Justice, Josh Dodd. That's Jason Dodd's brother.
Oh, I was trying. You kept saying that name. I don't know him real well.
It's supposed to be about the kids.
Yeah, sure.
And they're going to be sure it is about the kids. You got great leadership there in that board, and all you parents. I can't name you. I'll mess some people up. I know that we have a kid from last year. Is it Caleb Besson? Do you remember him from last year? Caleb Besson, one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah, because we kept calling him Beeson.
Called him Beeson until all the way through the playoffs. We finally found his name was Besson.
That's what Jared would break up the roster, and he would always make sure I had your name.
I did because I screwed
that's
up.
on me.
Is now in the military.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I saw Facebook, but I didn't know he was in the military, but it just popped in my mind. So that's the kind of character these people are building. He is a great kid. And again, thank you to your parents. Thank you to Chase and Holly, who are the Booster Club presidents, for leading the way you lead. Yeah. For Miss Roden and for Deanna, I love you. I love these coaches and players, man. And
real quick,
yeah,
speak to Marco Bryant.
It's tough.
Just to the integrity, the Marco Bryant that not coach.
Yeah, well,
Marco Bryant.
Here's what I say about Marco Bryant. I trust Marco Bryant with my money, my life, and my wife.
Yes, amen.
That's why I trust Marco Bryant.
Yeah.
He has unbelievable integrity. Does he need to shut up?
Yes.
He needs to shut up sometimes. He does, and I've told him this. You don't have to die on every hill, but he is who he is. He is in Walmart who he is in church on Sunday morning. He is selfless. He puts everyone before him. Especially his daughter Katie. She's the chosen one. I love Marco Bryant. I will get in a fist fight for Marco Bryant because I know if someone's talking trash about me in front of Mark, you're going to have to fight him. And that's the way friends should be, right?
That's right.
Your circle is strong, and to see him hurt hurts me.
Yeah. It's everybody's that way at that school.
Look at his former players for anywhere he's coached.
Love him.
Logan Self coached him at. I don't really know Logan. I've met him, but I get to see his wife way more than him. Coached him at Cleveland.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the situation, now he's coaching his family. He wanted him to be at Coosa to coach for him. I know all the Asheville kids would go to war for Mark O'Brien.
Sure.
Right? Anywhere he's ever been, the Oxford kids. They had a kid from Oxford, who played pro ball.
Came up and
came up the other day. Just want to hang out with him, right? You have people that would do anything for Coach Mark O'Brien. People that in this group, people that matter, right?
That's right. And that's what I'll say to him. Focus on the people that matter.
Yeah.
And that's your family and the people that love you. Yes, it's affecting these boys, but you got to pause for a minute. You got people saying things about this man that do not even know him. Yeah. They know he's a hard-nosed coach. He's a winner. He's a developmental machine, and develops not just good ball players but good people. And so I love him.
It's pretty awesome to see his relationship with all these different kids, especially the young ones. Yeah. He has a different relationship with each kid. But when it's time to do it, right? When it's practice time, when it's time to work, it's time to do it. It's doing it. But he's soft on them sometimes. Teddy ain't.
But Teddy ain't.
Lyric ain't.
That's funny.
Anyway, man, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
More to come. But this has been the Etowah County High School Show.